This is At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.
As we come back, let us remind you that At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga is coming to you live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga and is presented by Naira Bets and Partners. Capital OTB, watch, wager, and win with Capital OTB. And Timeform US. Visit timeformus.com for summer discounts on unlimited PPs, as well as David Aragona's exclusive betting strategies for Saratoga weekend racing. We're back on At the Post Live. Once again, I want to thank everybody staying with us. Jimmy Toner is still with us. Before we left, you're very popular, Jimmy. You were talking about Memories of Silver. Talk about Memories of Silver a little bit.
Well, she was a fun filly to be around, and I'll never forget I breezed her up here at Saratoga. Jerry Bailey was on her at the time, and he breezed her, and he took off a horse of Elliot Walden's that he had won a stake on at Keeneland to ride Memories of Silver in Lake George. So anyway, when Jerry went out to the track, and Elliot said to Jerry, he said, "I thought you were smart." He said, "But that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, taking off a horse that won a stake to ride a horse just broke her maiden." So Jerry went out and he said, "Elliot, watch this." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Watch this." Well, anyway, she worked 5/8 of a mile in 57-2. And then when he pulled up, the assistant was there with the pony, and he goes, "Boy, I bet you Jimmy's going to be ticked." He says. So when I come back, I said, "What are you nuts? What are you doing? You wouldn't have to do this." I said, "The race is in 3 days from now." He said, "Don't worry about it, Jimmy. Just run her." And I did, and she won. So
was that the one he came up the rail on?
That's the one she split the horses on.
That
was incredible. I've never seen anything in my life. She could do anything.
She was incredible, and she's also been a terrific broodmare. I mean, yes, what horses has she had?
Well, she's had several. I had a colt finally, War Trace, that I did win a stake with him, and they sold them. But she was also the dam of Winter Memories.
Yeah, Winter Memories was really a favorite.
Winter Memories, yes.
She was a fan favorite. She was an incredibly exciting horse to watch race.
Yes, she was. Yeah. I'm sorry to see her go. That's for sure.
Yeah, she never ran again after she won the Diana.
She won the Diana here. Yes, she did. Yeah.
She was a thrilling racehorse because of her running style.
Her running style, but also the gray, and they called it a gray streak, and she had quite a following.
She was amazing. One of the horses I remember. The QE2 at Keeneland.
Yes.
With a horse named Tribulation.
Yes.
And it might have been, was it the first running or one of the first runnings?
Well, maybe, no, I think it had to be the second or third because Darby Dan had won the Queen Elizabeth with Plenty of Grace.
Well, John Beach was training her, right?
Exactly. John Beach trained that. So I might have been the second or third run at a Queenie, too.
And as I recall, it was run in a driving snowstorm.
Yes. And I have the picture of her winning, and there was snow on the inside hedges. And
it was really snowing, not like...
It was really snowing. No, the track was so bad, I thought they would have canceled the racing, but they did run on the grass, and she won it that with John Luke Samine on it that day.
For some reason, I think we were racing at Aqueduct, because I have a memory of watching that race at Aqueduct.
I think so.
And it's funny because... we were racing at Aqueduct, obviously, in April, and they were still running at Keeneland. And I was walking towards the studio, and I had bet a horse of Jimmy's first time on the turf with some nice pedigree, Manitoulin.
Yes.
And I'm walking towards the studio, and I hear this familiar voice say, "Hey, Andy." And I look over, and you're sitting there. And it's one of these sort of weird moments when I'm betting on a horse trained by Jimmy that's running at Keeneland. And I'm kind of expecting you're in Kentucky, and there you were at Aqueduct watching the race. It took me a second to figure it all out.
He finished second that day.
Yeah,
yes,
the horse who won the Queen's Plate won the race.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So wired the field. I actually thought Manitoulin ran better. He broke his maiden at Belmont. He's run back, I think, once since then. I think he finished second. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
To a horse that ran very well.
He ran a good second.
So that's a colt you have.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's absolutely. And incidentally, it's a Darby Dan horse.
There you go.
First Darby Dan horse in about 20 years.
Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Oh, he's running in the Silks.
He's running in the Darby Dan Silks.
How did that come about?
Well, I think John Phillips tried to get, the Darby Dan Silks back to racing, and the family issues and different things, and then Darby Dan went out of business as far as racing is concerned. So he tried to get some people together, tried to get the colors back, and he was able to coordinate all that. So it's worked out pretty good so far.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had so many great horses back in the day. Yeah. Wonder Again won the first Breeders' Cup filly and mare turf. That's pretty cool. Not Wonder Again.
No.
Soaring Softly.
Yes, correct. Yes. And actually, Manitoulin is out of Soaring Softly.
Well, she's had some other runners, hasn't she?
I had Much Rejoicing out of her, and she had a few other ones. So, but she's pretty good.
It's sort of amazing how many of these, I mean, you get horses that are all related. Is that something that makes it easier to deal with them, or is it just because you're sort of aware of what issues or things they might have as racehorses?
Well, I think you get the background on them. You have the history of what they liked, how they were, what surfaces they liked. And but the bottom line is they're always still individuals.
And so you've got some 2-year-olds, and you're excited.
Yes, I am.
They're going to be running soon?
Hopefully they'll all run up here, yes.
Dirt or turf?
I don't have a dirt horse.
You never have dirt horses.
I can't help it.
I know.
Works that way.
What was that horse, Wabbajack? He was a dirt horse.
He's a pony now.
Really?
Yes, he is. He's
really?
a pony.
Yeah, I think Susie Racer that's here, actually, she takes pictures of him occasionally, and she seems to post them.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure having you here, and thanks a lot. Jimmy Toner, ladies and gentlemen.
Andy, thank you very much again.
Well, thank you for coming here. It was a great pleasure. We have a little bit of time left, but we're going out to break, but stay with us as we come right back. At the Post Live is brought to you by the Brave Will Foundation, giving families hope.
You're listening to At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.
We are back with At the Post Live, brought to you by Naira Bets. Join Naira Bets and earn up to a 50,000 points and $100 cash bonus by using promo code SUNRISE. Sign up at NairaBets.com. Naira Bets, racing's best play. Once again, I want to thank everybody that showed up. Kieran McLaughlin, I want to thank him. Frank Generazio, Jimmy Toner, thanks a lot to everybody for joining us. We have a few moments left. David Aragona was nice enough to spend a minute with us. David Aragona from Timeform US, one of our favorite sponsors. David, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty well. It's great to be here at the Parting Glass.
Quickly, and talking to that mic, will you? Come on. The Jim Dandy. What are you doing, the Jim Dandy?
You know, it's a trip handicapper. I hate to take the obvious trip horse, but I left it on Christoph's horse, Governor Malibu. Thought he ran really well in the Belmont, and the mile and an eighth is really going to suit him.
Yeah, I'm very interested in him as well, and think he has a real chance in there. The distance may be better. I know you want to talk about the Grade 1 Vanderbilt, the Alfred Vanderbilt. Who do you like in there? I like a horse in there.
I had a lot of trouble in there. I'm kind of against Jorge Navarro's trio of horses. I want to see him do it in New York.
Me too.
I like Requite a little bit. I thought he was a good 3-year-old. I thought he got a nice prep down at Gulfstream, and he's going to work out the trip on Saturday.
What about Holy Boss?
I thought Requite ran well against him last year, and he didn't really take a step forward at age 4. I'm hoping Requite does.
I'm all over Holy Boss in there. I think that he's stumbling at the start and sort of being tentatively ridden in there. And I think he deserves one chance at 6 furlongs with a fair trip as a 4-year-old, because 2 of his races have been at 7, and the only one at 6 he had a compromised trip.
There's a lot of speed in that race, so he's going to have to rate.
At least he's drawn outside of them.
Yeah.
And he has stalked before. But, David, I want to thank you and thank everyone here. We will see you again next Thursday night at 8 o'clock at the Parting Glass on 104.5 ESPN, The Team. Thanks to everybody for joining us, our guests, and everybody as usual, and everybody here at the Parting Glass as well. Thanks a lot.
You've been listening to At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga. Presented by Naira Bets, live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga. Tonight's show was brought to you in part by Timeform US and Capital OTB. Join us next week for another hour of insider discussion about the Saratoga racing scene with Andy and his special guests. Remember to follow us on Twitter at the Post Live. This has been a production of Camden Sports.